So we are doing the chapter marginal costing. Concept wise, all issues have been covered. Can you stop talking or not? Please. I have started the lectures. So we are doing the chapter marginal costing. So a very long journey we had. We had so many classes where different angles the chapter have been discussed. Concept wise, everything has been completed. I just want to do two more problems in this marginal costing. No new concept is going to be discussed. But these two problems are there in study material, has been repeatedly asked once or twice in the examination also. That's the reason the problem is being done. Once we complete the two sums in today's class, we'll start with another small chapter called as Materials Requirement Planning. MRP we call it. So we'll do that chapter, very small chapter, mainly theory dominated in study material, but we have some good problems in this MRP. We'll try to complete the chapter today. If not, next class, 1 hour, it can be fully completed, and then continue with another small chapter called as simulation. Today is Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday. These 3 classes, we should complete the simulation and then MRP. Then I'll follow it up with another chapter. That's a very important big chapter called as network analysis. Please. Shh. Now, I don't want to summarize what I discussed in the chapter. Once I complete the two sums, we'll have an overall view of the different issues which we have done in this chapter, marginal costing, before I proceed further. Okay. Now, first we'll take a problem which we have not done in the relevant costing chapter. One problem is left. That problem let us do first, and then do one more problem in subcontractor, not in marginal costing. We are not going to learn anything new, but just to get a feel about those sums, we are going to do it. Okay, now please. And the last class, I think we did some very interesting sums relating to differential costing and limiting factor allocation. More such problems will be done during the chapter transfer pricing and pricing later. Okay, now please take the chapter relevant costing. There you take question number 12. Relevant costing question number 12. Please. Shh. I think we completed question number 11, relevant costing, department 4, department 5 problem. Completed or not? Okay, now, I think that's the only problem pending. That is question number 12. Let us do that and then do one more problem in marginal costing chapter, please. Page number 46, question number 12. A company manufacturing agricultural machinery is faced with the possibility of strike by its direct production workers engaged on the assembly of one of its machine. The trade union is demanding an increase of 7% backdated to the beginning of the financial year, and the company expects that if the strike does take place, it will last 4 weeks, after which the union will settle for an increase of 5% similarly backdated. The machine whose production would be affected by strike is sold to distributors at a discount of 20% from the current recommended selling price of 3,000. Estimated cost for the machine are production cost fixed 16,000, variable 1,800 per machine, distribution cost fixed 1,000, variable 100 per machine. Don't talk. Please stop talking. If the strike takes, the company expects the following events. Maintenance direct labor cost comprises 40% of the variable production cost. Budgeted output is 27,500 machines in 50 working weeks per year. If the strike takes place, the company expects the following events. Maintenance staff whose wages are included in the fixed production cost would be used to carry out the overhaul of conveyor system using rupees 25,000 worth of materials. An outside contractor at a cost of 1 lakh including materials would otherwise undertake this overhaul. Sales of 650 machines would be lost to competition. The balance that would ordinarily have been produced during the strike period would however be sold, but these machines would have to be made up in overtime working, which would be at an efficiency rate of 90% normal. This would entail additional fixed cost of rupees 10,000 and wage payment at the time and 1/2. You are required to state with explanations and full supporting data, whether from a purely economic point of view, would you advise the management to allow the strike to go ahead rather than agree to the union's demand? B. Assume that the strike goes ahead and that it lasts for 3 weeks, after which the agreement is reached between the company and the union for 6% pay increase backdated to 1st January. Assume also that the anticipated loss of sales to competitors of 650 machine occurs and overtime working makes up for the balance. A newspaper reports that the cost of strike to the company was 5 million, that is 50 lakhs. The trade union counters this claim by insisting that the company to its benefit contrived the strike as the machines were selling at a loss. You are required to comment on the statements made by the press and the trade union. State with supporting calculation whether the company was justified in using overtime working to produce a balanced machine saleable but not produced during the strike. This is a question that has been asked. Okay. Please go through the problem before I start with the solution. Stop talking, please. I want a full settled look in the class. No talking, complete silence, please. So, same. Part B question, we'll answer it in the next stage. Leave it. Let us first discuss the part A of this question. The first part is decision making. What is the first part? Decision making. What is the decision the management should make whether to allow strike or not to allow strike? We make this decision purely on financial consideration only. We don't consider non-financial factors. Generally, strike should not be allowed because financially it may be feasible to allow a strike, but it demoralizes the workforce. It may affect the later productivity. So here we are not discussing about the non-financial factors. We are discussing about purely the financial aspects. Okay. Now, should the strike be allowed or not is the first part of the question. If due to allowing strike, profit increases, the strike should be what? Allowed. If the profit decreases, the strike should not be allowed. That's the issue. Okay. Now, this problem, it is better to do using total approach than an incremental approach because lot of mistakes is possible while doing this sum in the incremental approach. Study material uses an incremental approach where lot of confusions may arise. So we do the problem much more simply using a total approach. Total approach means before strike was a profit, after strike was a profit. The difference is called as what? Incremental, obviously. Can I start or not? Now, see. Number one, the trade union is asking for increase in wages. Yes or no? What is the demand they are making? 7%. For the entire year, that is whatever has been already produced. This year may be 5 or 6 months over. So they say we want what? 7% backdated. From 1st January we want to have a increase in wages. Is a first demand. And if the demand is not accepted, that is you say no, I will not accept, they'll go for what? Strike. We expect the strike to go for how many weeks? 4 weeks. This is all our estimation. We believe the strike will go for 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, they will also come to the table. We'll also what? Go to the table. And we expect that we can just settle it for how much percent? 5% increase. So, by allowing the strike, I can reduce the 7% to what? 5% is the big belief. And we'll be having a, say, strike period for 4 weeks. Okay. Now, they're giving you the other details. The mission whose production is affected by strike. That is, there are so many machines the company is manufacturing and selling. One category of machine workers only is going for what? Strike. That machine is normally having how many units annual demand? Tell me. 27,500 machines. And there is normally sold for a selling price of 3,000 and at a discount of 20% because I don't directly sell to customer, I'll sell to a dealer who sells to what? Customer. The allowed final selling price is 3,000. I sell to the dealer at 20% discount. Other details are all given. We can listen to all those details later. Let's first analyze the production and then go for the next issue. Can we start or not? Now, see. Analysis of production if the strike is allowed. All of you participate. What is the normal volume I can produce and sell without a strike? Tell me how many machines? 27,500 machines can be produced and sold without a strike. This is achievable in how many weeks? Working period? 50 weeks. Now, when the strike happens, how many weeks are gone? 4 weeks are going to be lost. So, I have to divide this into 2. 46 weeks and then what? 4 weeks. Inna parade or not? No. So, what happens is 4 weeks demand is how much? 2,200 machines and the balance 46 weeks is 25,300 machines. Everybody understood or not? No. So, due to the strike, I will not be able to produce and sell 27,500. I will be able to produce only how many machines? 25,300 machines. Now, how many machines has been lost due to strike? 2,200. We cannot say so because the company predicts anyhow, even without strike, this year they are going to lose how many machines? 650 machines to what? Competitors. Innappa, right or not? No. And the balance only will be lost due to the strike. Okay. Now, in that case, demand lost due to what? Competition. How many machines here? 650 machines. Okay. Balance machine is lost due to strike or not? Yes or no? No. Because I am going to work what? overtime and then produce. Yes or no? I'm going to work. That is after the strike is over, I'll also work out to come for what? Overtime and then produce. How many such machines? 1,550 machines. Up to this, are you analyzing the demand or not? No. Without strike, I should have produced and sold how many machines? 27,500 machines. And 4 weeks, how many machines? 2,200. 25,300, how many weeks? 46 weeks. This is going to be made. In this 2,200 machines, how much is lost due to competition? 650 machines. Now tell me, is it due to strike? Due to strike or not? No. It is also due to what? Strike. Now see what happens is, during strike period, demand will come. Yes or no? And at that time, my competitors will be what? Selling. So there will be, losing how many machines here? 650. And don't think that entire 2,200 will be what? Loss. The balance after a strike, I'll ask them to what? Sit overtime, and still I can retain how many machines here? 1,550 machines demand. Everybody, yes or no? Are you understanding or not? Now, if you read the sentence, what they said is, sales are 650 machines would be lost due to competition. Balance would be ordinarily have been produced during the strike period, could however be sold, but these machines have to be made up in the overtime. That is, ordinarily entire 27,500 machines can be what? Sold. Is the meaning that is communicated? Yes or no? In that, during strike period, my competitors will be working, yes or no? And due to them, I am going to lose how many machines? 650 machines. And the balance machine, I can still have my customers by working overtime after the strike and selling it. Everybody, are you following or not? Now, in the analysis of production, based on this, we can go for the next slide. Can I proceed? Let us do it together. Write down first. Step 1, analysis of production if strike is allowed. Analysis of production if strike is allowed. Please stop talking. Analysis of production if strike is allowed. Shall we proceed? Now, please copy this slide quickly. Finish copying up? Stop talking. Shall I proceed now? So, now we are going to prepare a statement. Profitability when strike is allowed, when strike is not allowed. Let us do it together. Profitability when strike is allowed and when not allowed. Profitability when strike is allowed and not allowed. When strike is allowed and not allowed. We'll do it together. Wherever calculations are required, we can do it through working notes also. Okay. So profitability when strike is allowed and when not allowed. Everybody, can we start or not? Now, have the following columns: particulars, not allow strike, allow strike. Particulars, not allow strike, and then allow strike. Okay. We'll write the numbers in thousands. We'll write the numbers in thousands. Okay. Now, you want to write amounts in thousands. Okay. Shall we start or not? First, sales. First is what? Sales. If I don't allow strike, entire 50-week period can be worked, nothing will be lost. Yes or no? Tell me how many machines can be sold? 27,500. Every machine, what is selling price? 2,400. Don't say 3,000 because I have to give a dealer a 20% discount or not. Now, 2,400. Please take the calculator, multiply and tell me, all of you, 27,500 machines into what? 2,400. Sollupa, what's the number? 66,000 thousands. So, always strike off 3 zeros. We are writing numbers in what? Thousands. 66,000. 66,000. If you want for revision, in bracket below this write what into what? 27,500 machines into 27,500 machines into 2,400. 2,400. 2,400. 27,500 into 2,400. Please. Now, tell me, if the strike is allowed, will I sell 27,500 machines? No. During strike period, I lose to my competitors. How many machines? 650. The balance could anyhow be sold. Even though some may work overtime and what? Sell it. So how many machines can be sold? 26,850 machines into 2,400. Everybody, I want you to work. 26,850 into 2,400. What's the number? 64,440. The number is 64,440. 64,440. Bracket, if you want, write how I got it here. It is 26,000. 26,850. 26,850 into what? 2,400 gives the 64,440. It is followed by 3 zeros. I am writing numbers in what? Thousands. Ennappa, right or not? Now, please. From this, you have to start reducing cost one by one or not? Now, first is wages. First is wages. Now, please leave around 8 or 9 line space to complete this table. Leave 8 or 9 line space to complete this table. And let us start with the working note. First write working note number 1, wages. Working note number 1, wages. Okay. Now, what is the variable production cost given? Everybody, how many days? 1,800. Are you following or not? Now, in this variable production cost, there are 2 costs. One is what? Direct labor, which comprises 40%, and balance is the other production cost. Ennappa, right or not? Now, so in that right, variable production cost is equal to how much rupees? 1,800. Variable production cost is equal to 1,800. I branch it into 2. What are first item here? Wages. Second is what? Other production cost. Wages and other production cost. Now, wages is how much percent? 40% into how much rupees? 1,800. Tell me how much wages? 720. Other production cost? Balance. What is the balance? 1,080. Other production cost is 1,080 balance. Everybody, yes or no? No. Now there are 2 situations. Strike allowed and what? Strike not allowed. Can I proceed? Now, if the strike is not allowed, if the strike is what? Not allowed, let's calculate the wages. Every machine, how much wages? 720. But to avoid the strike, I cannot continue to pay what? 720 wages because they are asking how much percent increase? 7% increase. Ennappa, accept or not? Now, So 720 is the wages till yesterday. Now they are demanding for what? Increase. For that only they are asking for, they are going to go for what? Strike. If you want to prevent the strike not to occur, I should agree for them what? 7% high. So 720 rupees per mission is all per mission. That you understand or not? So into how much you have? 107%. I should agree for their wage increase. Yes or no? Into how many missions? 27,500 missions. Everybody agreed or not? So 720 per mission is normal wages. I am agreeing for a 7% hike into 107% into how many missions I have to pay them wages? The 27. That is already they will produce some number of missions also. No problem. They ask back data from first of this year. Yes or no? In that case, tell me how much it is. Tell me in thousands here. 21,186. So if I don't allow strike, the wage how much here? 21,186. Ennappa, are you all following or not? No. So please go to your main statement. Go to your main statement. So write wages not allow strike. What is the amount? 21,186. Not allow strike. The amount is 21,186. When you write in brackets, it should be reduced from the sales. 21,186. Can I proceed to the next calculation or not? No. Same working note 1 itself. Proceed. Now, the other option for me is what? Allow the strike. I have to allow strike. Here, all missions are not going to pay the same wages. The two wages. Wages paid for the machines produced during the normal time and also some machine producing during what? Overtime. In the written order. So, the two wages here. Now, first in that right, normal wages. Normal wages. Okay. Now, are you all doing along with me or not? Now. Normal, na, it is normal time wages. Don't get confused. What is the wages? Normal time wages. How much wages? 720. If I allow strike, what I should do? I go for a 5. I believe that they will settle for what? 5%. 720 into what? 105% will be the wage per mission I have got to pay. Enough right or not? Now. Into how many missions? Please look at the analysis. How many missions here? 25,300 missions. I am producing a normal time. Yes or no? Into 25,300 missions. Into 25,300 missions is equal to, can you multiply and tell me how much number here? 1%? 19,000? 1/3? Okay, 19,126.8. Actually, number 19,126.8. Please, don't create confusion. Can I say? Now, normal time over. Next is what? Overtime wages. Overtime wages. 720 is the wages. But for them to call off the strike, I have to agree how much increase? 5%. So, into 105%. Respond. Are you following or not? No. This is if they work normal time. Overtime, they pay time and 1.5. Yes or no? The time and a half. So that means I am going to pay what? 150% of this number. Say, earlier suppose I am paying 100 rupees wage here. Now we agree for what? 5 rupees increase. For everybody going to pay how much wages? 105. But they say if I come and work overtime, pay me 50% extra. So this wages in how much percent? 150%. Why 50% extra? Overtime premium I have got to pay. Respond yes or no? No. This is the wages for one mission. But understand that they will not be working at normal efficiency. They work only at what? 90% efficiency. So into what? Wrong. Because you should not write into 90%. It should be what? Divided by 90% because efficiency and wage costs are inversely related. Yes or no? Tell me, efficient, suppose I am working at 100% efficiency. Wage cost 100 rupees. You work at 90% efficiency, wage cost 90 rupees. It becomes what? More than 100 because the efficiency and wage costs and hours are what? Inversely related. Inverse na multiplication, division. No. So into 100 divided by 90. 90% 90 by 100 divided by 90% means what? Into 100 by 90. This I am going to pay for how many missions? 1,550 missions. I pay for 1,550 missions. Stop writing. Anybody want me to explain once again? Raise your hand. I'll explain it. Okay, I'll tell once again, please. Shh. You have to understand the calculation. Now, I think some of you asked me to repeat this. Please. Okay. Now, 720 rupees is a wage per mission. If we allow strike, we have to settle for 5% increase. So the wage per mission is 720 into 105%. Agreed or not? This I pay if they work in what time? Normal time. If they work overtime, the question says pay time and 1/2. Yes or no? That means how to pay how much percent of this? 150%. This is a wage if they work what? Overtime. This is a wage per mission. But when they work overtime, they don't work at normal efficiency. They work only at what efficiency? 90%. That means it's going to be what? Into 100 by 90 or 1 by 90%. Because, very simple, 100 rupees I pay normally. Okay. If they work at 90% efficiency, they take more time or not. In that case, I pay less than 100 or more than 100 or more than 100. So 100 into what? 100 by 90. I have to divide because when the efficiency reduces, the wage cost will obviously increase. So instead of multiplying by 90%, I divided by what? 90%. What is dividing by 90%? 100 by 90. Into how many missions here? 1550 missions. These are overtime working. Tell me what's the number? 1953. This is going to be the overtime wage cost. I think you are all able to understand right along with me or not? No. Please tell me the total. What is total here? It is? Okay, 21,079.80. These are total wages. Are you all writing along with me or not? No. So 21,079.80. Can I proceed or not? No. So wages 21,079.80. 21,079.80. Now let us quickly complete the remaining part. Next item is what? Other production cost. Already we know what is the other production cost per mission. Look at the working note and how much going to be? 1080. Please go to the not allowed. Take the calculator. 27,500 missions into 1080. Please tell me 27,500 missions into 1080. What's the number? 29,700. 29,700. One below that in bracket, right? How I got that number? 27,500 into 1080. 27,500 into 1080 into 1080. Allow strike. Tell me how many missions I am going to produce and sell when I allow strike? 26,850 missions into 26,850 missions into 1080. 26,850 missions into 1080. Tell me the number. 28,998. 28,998. 28,998. Now, other production cost over. Next is what? Distribution cost. Next is distribution cost. What is the variable distribution cost? 100 rupees. In how many mission? 27,500. Please in bracket write 27,500 100 gives how much? 2,750. 100 into 27,500 gives you 2,750. All the numbers are in what? Thousands. Okay, 100 into 27,500 gives you 2,750. Now, allow strike. How many missions? 26,850 into 100, 2685 thousands. 26,850 missions in 100, 2685. That gives you 2685. Shall I proceed or not? Now, overall expenses. Overhaul or repair expenses. Overhaul expenses. Now, if I don't do strike, that is if I don't allow strike, then my workers will be working for production, yes or no? In that case, I normally do my overhaul by giving to an outside contractor. For how much rupees? All of you tell me how much rupees? 1 lakh. So without strike, outside contractor will do. So the overall expense is going to be how much rupees here? 1 lakh. When the strike is allowed, what happens is, the production will be stopped. The workers may go outside, but my maintenance staff, somebody can do that particular work because the strike is allowed or not. In that case, I can do on my own because of some labor workforce available. It is going to cost me only material amount. What the material cost is going to be spent on this? 25,000. So don't allow 1 lakh, allow strike, it is only 25,000 because I don't give it to subcontractor, I do on my own by purchasing the material. Response is or no? Now, additional fixed cost. Now, when strike is allowed, I have to make good the production by working overtime, yes or no? Now, when overtime is work, apart from the additional wages, it will enter additional fixed cost, how much the base? 10,000. Will I work overtime or not allowing strike? No. But I work overtime by allowing the strike. For which how much additional fixed cost? 10,000. Additional fixed cost? 10,000. Additional fixed cost is 10,000. Can I proceed or not? Now, the profit. What is the profit of not allowing the strike? 12,264. 12,264. If I allow the strike, my profit is going to be 11,642.20. 11,642.20. Now, my question is, from the economical viewpoint, should the strike be allowed or shouldn't be or shouldn't be? If I allow the strike, then my profit is going to drop. Right now, if we decide to allow the strike, 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 the profit is likely to drop by, the profit is likely to drop by, the profit is likely to drop by 12,264 minus 11,642.2. The profit is likely to drop by 12,264 minus 11,642.2 is equal to, tell me the number. 621.8. The profit is likely to drop by 621.8. Or, the telling in thousands now, what is that? 6,21,800. Likely to drop by 621.8 or 6,21,800. Hence, recommended, tell me what is the recommendation? Hence, recommended not to allow strike. Hence, recommended not to allow strike. Hence, recommended not to allow strike. Recommended not to allow strike. Now, so you told the company's board that please don't allow strike, it is not financially good, okay. But everything need not be decided based on numbers. Mainly strike and all happens more due to ego, yes or no? The board said, let me even lose what? 6 crore rupees, I'll just what? Not pay them what they want, okay. The strike was allowed. Let us assume that the strike has been what? Allowed. And the second part of the question. So the strike was allowed. Tell me for how many weeks the strike went on? Correct part. Question part B question. How many weeks? Yeah, it went for 3 weeks. Earlier we believed that it will go for how many weeks? Yeah, 4 weeks. We allow the strike and the strike went on for how many weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks. This is what has happened now. Okay. So first we said don't allow strike. In spite of our recommendation, the board decided to what? Allow the strike to happen. Now the strike has happened. Okay. The strike went for how many weeks? 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, both parties came to the table and agreed for how much percent pay increase? 6%. It is what? 6%. So, compared to original data, 2 things have changed here. I believe it will go for how many weeks? 4 weeks. It only happened for 3 weeks. There I believed what? There is going to be a 5% I can settle, but now I have to settle for how much percent? 6%. Now, what happened is, the management released a press release saying that due to the workers' strike, the company lost how much profit? 5 million or 50 lakhs profit. The workers and company doesn't lose any profit, doesn't have a demand for this product. Are you following what I am saying? In that case, they ask you to find out what the real cost of what? Allowing strike. In this part, one very important adjustment is that we'll do it after the problem is completed. Can I proceed or not? Now, tell me the company allow the strike or not? Yes. And how many weeks it went for? 3 weeks. And what is that they agreed for? 5% wage increase, backdated. And 6% wage increase, backdated. And the press release said what? 50 lakhs loss, but the dispute that they have been asked to find out what the real cost of what? Allowing the strike. Can I proceed or not? Now it is going to be much more simpler because most of the workings are already done here. Can I proceed? Now, next. Step 2 or step 3? Step 2 or step 3? Yeah? Step 3. Analysis of production after the strike takes place. 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 Can we start up? Now, center right, how many missions? 27,500 missions. Let's do it together. 27,500 missions. Branch it into 2. 3 weeks. Now strike went only for how many weeks? 3 weeks. Strike period production is 3 weeks. 1,650 missions. Right or not? How I got it? 27,500 divided by 50 into 3. As you know, understanding the numbers are 27,500 divided by 50 into 3 gives you 1,650 missions. Next is how many weeks? 47 weeks. 25,850 missions. 25,850 missions. 25,850 missions. Okay. Now, 1,650 missions has been lost. Now, will you say entire 1,650 missions? No. I can what? Overtime and what? Compensate. How much is lost due to competitors here? 650 missions. That is they said it doesn't change. Okay. During the 3 weeks also I lose how many missions here? 650 missions. So what is demand lost due to competition? 650 missions. Don't think it is irrelevant. If the strike has not taken place, I will not do this to competition because due to my strike, other party is what? Able to sell to my customer. Everybody following on. So how much has been lost due to the competitors? 650 missions. I lost 650 missions to competitors. Balance I did not lose, but I have to what? Produce in overtime and sell. So what is the balance here? OT production 1,000 missions. OT production 1,000 missions. Overtime production 1,000 missions. Everybody, yes or no? Can I start the next step? Write down step 3 or step 4? Step 4. The last step. Profitability after the strike takes place. Profitability after the strike takes place. Profitability after the strike takes place. Can I start or not? Now. Particulars, computation, amount. Particulars, computation, amount. First, sales. After the strike has taken place, am I able to sell the entire 27,500? No. How many sales I am going to have? 26,850 missions. Into how much rupees? 2,400. 26,850 missions into 2,400. Tell me what is the amount? 64,440. 64,440. 64,440. Now, wages normal. Wages normal. 720 into, now I agreed for how much hike? 6%. 720 into 106% into how many missions produced in normal time? 25,850. 720 into 106% into 25,850. 720 into 106% into 25,850. Can you tell me the number? What is the number? 19,728.72. 19,728.72. 19,728.72. Okay. But I also pay some wages for OT production, yes or no? Now, wages overtime. Wages overtime. I want to check whether I am awake or not. Tell me the calculation, I'll put in a slide. Tell me 720 into, everybody into what? 106% into, 150% into, 100 by 90 into 1000 missions. Enna paridana now. So 720 into 106% is the increased wages. Into 150% is what? Wages including the overtime premium into what? 1000 missions into 100 by 90. Why I do that? Due to drop in efficiency, the wages increases. Wages and efficiency are inverse related. Hence, I did not multiply by 90%. I just divided by 90%. Now, I saw yes or no? No. What is the amount? 1272. Amount is 1272. 1272. Can I proceed? Now, other production cost. Other production cost. 26,850 machines into, tell me what the other production cost. First step, how much is it? 1,080. I think you are all able to recollect the number. 26,850 machines into 1,080 into 1,080. 28,998. 28,998. Distribution cost, I think 100 per machine, right or not? 26,850 into 100. Distribution cost 26,850 into 100. It is 2685. All the numbers are in thousands. Okay, 2685. 2685. Guess per number. Next is what cost? Overall cost. So when I allow strike, I can do my own overall because some of the workers are free. Okay, in that case, what the overall cost? 25,000. Only metal cost is spent, so 25,000. Next is what? Additional fixed cost. And I work overtime now, so additional fixed cost. What additional fixed cost? Tell me how much it is? 10,000. It is 10. And fixed cost is 10,000. That is 10. You're right. Numbers are in thousands now. Now, profit. After allowing strike, what is the profit the company has earned? Respond, yes or no? How much going to be? 11,721.28. The profit is 11,721.28. 11,721.28. 11,721.28. Now, the cost of strike is, had you not allowed the strike and agreed to what? Management demand, you could have earned how much profit? 12,264. By allowing the strike to happen, how much you earned as a profit? Tell me what the profit here? 11,721.28. Right on. Due to allowing strike, the profit lost by management is, due to allowing strike, the profit lost by the management is, 12,000, I think, how much? 12,264 minus 12,264 minus 11,721.28. 12,264 minus 11,721.28 is equal to how much? 5 lakhs? 5,45,000? Okay, 542.72. 542.72 or, as I said, 542.72 or what? 5,42,720. 542.72 or 5,42,720. 5,42,720. Up to this, are you following or not? Now, see. This answer itself is wrong. It's an answer given by the study material. This answer itself is what? Wrong. That is one thing which is missing here, which I am going to discuss now. That was the second part of the original question. The original question having what? Second part. But the second part should have been included in what? Answer to the first part. We'll discuss the second part now. Can I proceed? Now, see. 1,000 missions. I allowed the strike now. I allowed what? Strike now. 1,000 missions I am producing in what? Overtime. Now the question is the overtime feasible or not? I should have checked that. If by producing in overtime, the cost is more than what? The benefit which I receive, I'll rather not produce at all and save some cost. Yes or no? That means, whenever you see overtime, don't take it for granted that overtime can be what? Worked. Overtime is an option for me. That's what I'm saying. Always when there's an option, we have to what? Decide to exercise it or what? Not to do it. So now, I cannot blindly say that I am going to produce 26,850 machines where 1,000 is worked in what? Overtime. I have to check whether it is viable to work what? Overtime and produce 1,000 machines. Everybody following or not? Now, from now onwards, understand that when overtime comes, don't take overtime for what? Granted. You have to always check the viability of overtime before you do it. Yes or no? This is not new to us. We did it in a 10 inches pipe, 18 inches pipe. Remember or not? Yes, correct. Huh? We did it in what? 10 inches pipe and 18 inches pipe. Don't take it for granted. We didn't want make or buy problem. Where second shift we checked what? Viability. So, apart from normal, when there is a overtime, that always involves what? A premium for it. You have to check whether overtime is viable or not before incorporating the same into what? Your main solution. Everybody, are you following? Huh? Every problem, something new we are discussing. Small logic only, we miss out on it. Okay, from now onwards, tell me, when overtime comes, can I take it for granted? No. Always what you should do? check the viability before you go for overtime, or you can even lose some production if the viability is what? Not good. Can I proceed? No. Write down next step number. So step number 1. 5 or 6? Step number 5. Checking the viability of overtime. Checking the viability of overtime. Checking the viability of overtime. Can I proceed or not? No. There is an advantage of overtime. There's a disadvantage of what? Overtime. I'll do like this. You have to do always for induction what analysis? Cost benefit analysis. That is the benefit in working overtime. There is also what? Cost in working overtime. Okay. Benefit and then cost. I leave some space and write C. Contribution. First I calculate what? Contribution excluding wage cost. You may ask why excluding wage cost? That wage cost only should be incurred or not. I am going to decide. Yes or no? I cannot sit in the same branch and cut that branch. Yes or no? In that case, I am going to find out contribution excluding what? Wage cost. Can you perceive? Now, what is the selling price of the machine? 2,400. Enough, right or not? So 2,400. What is the other production variable cost? 1,080. I also incur what? Distribution cost. How much? 100. Distribution cost 100. Doing along with me or not? Tell me. What is the contribution? 1%? 1,220. Now, when I work overtime and sell, I get how much? 2,400. I have to spend how much? 1,080, 100. I get for every machine sold a contribution of 1,220. Ennappa, right or not? No. So benefit is I earn a contribution. Benefit is what? I earn a contribution for how many machines? This I would not have got had I not worked on overtime. So I get this contribution on 1,000 machines. And how much rupees here? 1,220, which is equal to, I am writing the numbers in what? 1,000, which is equal to how much? 1,220 thousands. 1,220 thousands. Since I am writing the number in 1,000, leave it. Everybody, are you following what I am saying? So this is a contribution I am going to get when I work overtime. Yes or no? Now, is this contribution free? For this, I have to pay the wages for the 1,000 machine. Yes or no? Now, there's a labor cost involved for earning this contribution. Right or not? And although that involves what? An additional fixed cost of 10,000. Now, by working overtime, two costs are there here. To get this 1,000 machine, I should pay for labor or not. There's a labor cost attached to it. There's also what? Additional fixed cost with a specific fixed cost for what? The overtime option. Respond, yes or no? Now, in which, when you go for cost, I write the first cost is what? Wages. The first cost is wages. You know, writing here, I'll write here separately. Let's do the calculation. Right below, wages is equal to, now. Every mission, I normally pay what wages? 720. I accept for how much hike? 106%. I pay how much at premium? 150%. They work at what efficiency? 90 into 100 by 90. This is the income how many missions? 1,000 missions. Enna potu sollupa? 720 into 106% into 150 into 100 by 90 into 1,000. One number, tell me in thousands. 1%? 1272. The number is in what? 1,000. 1272. So the wages which I pay for manufacturing this machine is how much here? 1272. Apart from that, I am going to incur what? Additional fixed cost. How much here? 10. 10 means what? 10,000. The cost is how much? 1282. The cost is 1282. Now, benefit of working overtime is only 1220. The cost of working overtime is how much? 1282. Tell me, is the overtime viable or unviable? The company should not have produced 26,850 machines. Has stopped at what? 25,850 machines and not working overtime. It would have been a better strategy. Respond, yes or no? Write down. It is not viable to work overtime because it is not viable to work overtime because the cost exceeds benefit. It is not viable to work overtime because the cost exceeds benefit. Because the cost exceeds benefit. So what I am dictating? Overtime because the cost exceeds benefit by, the cost exceeds benefit by 62,000. The cost exceeds benefit by 62,000. Other 62 above, cost exceeds benefit by 62,000. Bracket, how I got 1282 minus 1220. I got it 1282 minus 1220. Numbers are in thousands here, okay? 1282 minus 1220. So what is the excess of cost over benefit? 62,000. Cost exceeds the benefit by 62,000. Everybody, are you following or not? Tell me, if you are the management, what is the right decision? Yeah, allowed to strike already. That's already gone. Okay. Even after allowing strike, will you work overtime? Huh? No. I will rather lose 1,000 machines rather than what? Producing it. Inna right or not? No. Now, we earlier calculated cost of strike. Now, last step. Tell me what is the cost of strike you calculated? Everybody tell me what is the cost of strike? You calculate how much cost of strike. Tell me 5 lakhs. Now, step 5 lakhs. 42,000. 720. 5,42,720. You all said that due to worker going for strike, the company lost how much profit? 5,42,720. My question is the statement correct or wrong? Wrong. Because in the 5,42,720, due to working overtime, I lost what? 62,000. Due to strike, only the balance amount is lost. Everybody following or not? Because the 62,000 loss is not due to strike, is due to what? My poor decision to work overtime for the units loss in strike. It's not no. No. Don't say that, sir. Due to strike only I'm working overtime. Yeah. Due to strike, nobody asked you to work overtime. Overtime is still your choice. It's not no. No. Had the strike taken place and you had not worked overtime, your profit would have been 62,000 rupees what? Extra. So you cannot blame the worker for the entire amount. The 62,000 rupees blame should be taken by what? Management for making a poor decision to work for an unviable overtime. Response is or no? No. So write down conclusion. Write down conclusion. Conclusion. The cost of strike earlier calculated, of rupees 5,42,720, the cost of strike earlier calculated of rupees 5,42,720 is wrong because included in it is rupees 62,000. 62,000 included is rupees 62,000 lost due to the wrong decision of working overtime. Due to a wrong decision of working overtime. The real cost of strike is 542,720 minus. The real cost of strike is 542,720 minus 62,000. 542,720 minus 62,000 is equal to how much rupees? 1%. 4,18,720. 4,18,720. Okay, 4,80,720. 4,80,720. So the real cost of strike. Okay, now exam. This was the answer. They given for what? The cost of strike. But the real number is what? 4,80,720 because the 62,000 is not the worker's responsibility. It is a poor management decision for working overtime, which should not otherwise would have been done. Okay. Now, from this problem, nothing great has been learned. Ability to read a big question, analyze a number. That's all. Nothing more. ICMA problem only. But the only thing we have to understand is don't take overtime for granted. Overtime should be worked only if it is viable or feasible. Always determine the viability before you go for the volumes. Everybody following what I am saying? So this is regarding the overtime angle in this particular sum. Can I proceed or not? Now, One more sum I will do, not for any concept, but the difficulty in reading and understanding the question. Because that question, even if I give you a solution, you won't be able to understand it. Hence, I'll do that particular problem. With that sum, we'll be completing this chapter, marginal costing. And the leftover sums, I'll be giving you the printed solution for the answers. Okay, those sums can be easily understood and done. Those sums are included in the workbook because they are past RTP sums or exam sums. Hence, I included it. I'll give you the solution for those problems. Okay, now the last sum which we are going to do now is question number 29. Take question number 29. Past ICMA problem, also CA Institute examination problem also, they are in study material. Okay, now a company producing, can you start up now? Page 24, question number 29. Can you start or not? No. A company producing and selling a range of consumer durable appliances has its after-sales service work done by local approved subcontractors. The company is now considering carrying out all or some of the work, and it has chosen one area in which to experiment with the new routine. Some of the appliances are so large and bulky that repair or service work can only be done at the customer's homes. Others are small enough for the subcontractors to take them back to their local repair workshops, repair them, and then re-deliver them to the customers. If the company does its own after-sales service, it proposed that the customers should bring the smaller items to repair to the local company service center, which should be located and organized to deal with the visitors. There is a list price to the customers for the labor content of any work done and for the material used. However, the majority of the after-sales service work is done under an annual maintenance contract taken out by customers on purchasing the product. This covers the labor content of any service work to be done, but the customer pay for the material used. For materials, price to subcontractor, company cost plus 10%. Price to customer, subcontractor price plus 25%. For labor, price to subcontractor, work done under maintenance contract, 90% of the list price. Work done under ad hoc work or work not done under maintenance contract, 85% of the price. Records show that 60% of value of work done has to be carried out at customers' homes, while the remainder can be done anywhere appropriate. The annual income that the company currently receives from subcontractors for the area in which the experiment is to take place is labor under maintenance contract 30,000, ad hoc 12,000, material under maintenance contract 18,000, ad hoc 6,000. Total income the company earning is 66,000. Company expects the volume of after sales work to remain same as the last year for the period of experiment. The company is considering the following options. Number 1, set up a local service center at which it can service small appliances only. Work at customer houses would continue to be done under subcontract. Set up local service center to act only as a base for its own employees who would only service appliances at customer homes. Servicing of small appliances would continue to be done using subcontractors. 3. Set up a local combined service center plus a base for all work. No work would be subcontracted. If the company were to do the service work, annual fixed costs are budgeted to be option 1, 2 and 3. They give you the fixed costs. It includes establishment charges, management cost, storage staff cost, transport cost, repair staff wages, etc. You are required to recommend which of the three options the company should adopt from a financial viewpoint is the question. Okay, now I'll just give you few minutes time. Seriously read the question and try to find out how much you understand the data given in the problem. Okay, put the hard effort. If you understand it well and good, because you're having a good grip over the ability to read the question. Okay, please go through the question fully before you start with the solution. The problem, once you understand question, 90% problem solved. So not the balance 10% only is the solution part. Please read the question quickly.